Bloomington to take on the reigning national champion, the Indiana Hoosiers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you for more on this Big Ten clash. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
We might not have said this a few years ago, but when Ohio State matches up against Indiana, it is a big deal. Keep in mind, the Hoosiers beat Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game last year on their way to the national title. But Ohio State knows they could be the team to beat in the Big Ten this year. It is all on the line for some early dominance when Ohio State takes on Indiana. Guys?
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. And the Hoosiers ready to kick it away first. Here's the return from inside his 10. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Saying, trying to be heard about the noise. Escapes the pressure going right. He's going to take off. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. Saying from the gun on 3rd down. Out wide left, it's Roberts. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
And that's not a surprise who made that play. And this is just the opening drive, but we're going to hear his name a lot. He flies all over the field. Shows up in the run, shows up in the pass. Big-time playmaking linebacker that every time you turn on the tape, you see him flying around.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Gonna take a shot. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early.
And that is a roller coaster. We got the pick. Oh, no, we just lost it. Oh, no, we got it back. At the end of the day, the defense, David, still had it.
Yeah, and all you're trying to do is force turnovers, create plays. Nice job getting the interception. And listen, when you're running to the football, trying to block, that ball comes out. Nice job falling on it, creating the turnover.
Finds a crease at the 20. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup with the defense. Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
From the gun, it's Richard. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. All right, guys, let's talk a little Indiana. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number 1 on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside.
Oh, there's an alley on the left. The tag. Touchdown, Hoosiers. Oh, into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
And it's the game-breaking speed. You see right there, he takes it all the way to the house. It's that speed. That's the reason why a lot of people thought if he had declared for the NFL draft, he would have been playing on Sundays now. There's just not a lot of running backs in college football that can run like this guy.
And it's so nice to have that guy back. Like, to keep that guy on your roster, it's like recruiting the best player in the country, right? You got one of the best backs. To be able to keep that guy on your roster was the big offseason coup. Like, you mentioned the NFL can also transfer, can go make money elsewhere. To keep him on the roster, and he shows you why. This guy is the catalyst, one of the best in the country at his spot.
Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Sayin. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. It's caught downfield. Breaks into the open. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Right side, it's Jackson. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding, covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. They break on it right now, give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it, and making the play.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Hits inside, it's Pritchard. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top as we get a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Gets the back moving. Second down, gonna throw it. Left side is shot. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
And obviously, huge shoes to fill if you're Indiana's offense this season, having to replace a Heisman Trophy winner in Fernando Mendoza, David. And it's not going to be easy. And obviously, you go to the portal and you try to bring the next guy in. But honestly, when you look at Indiana's quarterback play, it goes even beyond Fernando Mendoza to Curtis Rourke the year before that. They have been so consistent at this position as of late.
Yeah, and I think with Indiana proving who they are now as a program, like if you come here as a quarterback, you're going to have success. You're going to take a leap, a Fernando Mendoza type leap, right? Like where he was a good player, he became a great player. So people are going to continue to line up to play in a smart, efficient offense where you're going to have a lot of success.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Moving out to the right. Gonna try to get it himself. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line to go pick up that first.
He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman, like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Hemby were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offensive line, though, was key to it all. Anytime you have two 1,000-yard rushers, it's because the guys up front are pushing people around, and that was the secret sauce to Indiana's Cinderella run a year ago. So up front, these guys have to continue to dominate. They'll reload the backfield through the portal, through recruiting, but it all starts and stops with the big fellas pushing people around. That's going to be the key for them on offense.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Running inside. It's Beebe. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Looking for room. It's Beebe. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. This is a tough one. A 3rd and long from this part of the field. They can, though, pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
What do you do now if you're the offense, right? After that incomplete 4th down, but you've driven the entire field. At this point, do you just say, we got to go for a touchdown, or do you just pay the drive off by kicking a field goal?
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Throwing, say it. Out wide left, it's Smith. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. The run inside. It's Jackson. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Unloads to the right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep ones.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd.
Snap to the up man. It's a fake. That incompletion is an engraved invitation to the punt team. This is probably one of those plays where you wish you had a do-over button so you could just punt that thing away. Making the adjustment. Straight ahead, it's Beebe. Shakes off the defender. He was able to reach into his bag of tricks and use it to pick up a few extra yards. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking for a gap, it's Richard. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes, that's their first. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw on 3rd. Left side is Beal. Turning on the Jets. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. With the run on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Ohio State calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Got it back on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Say it. They're all over him. Makes the grab. Still on his feet at the 35. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. And the Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. They've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Moving the pocket, it's Sayin. Unloads it downfield. He's got it down the field. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Quick give, it's Jackson. Gain of 8 yards on the play, he's too short of the first down. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Here's Sayin to throw. Unloads to the wideout. In the end zone, he's got it! Touchdown, Ohio State! That's the first score of the day for the nation's leader in receiving touchdowns. And with the extra point, they close to within 10, down 17-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23.
Number 96, set to kick it off.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. No tricks here. Looks as if they'll just run it out and take that lead into halftime. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with Georgia taking on the number 15 team, the Auburn Tigers. And it's the Bulldogs who are rewarded for feeding their star. For some reason, he plays better at home, and this team plays better at home, as they did today. And it moves their mark to 6-1 as they continue to play awfully well here in the season's first half. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Looking to pass, it's Hoover. Got it. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Offense goes on the attack on 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the play. They'll send the tight end in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Richard.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Give to the running back. He breaks a tackle. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. From the gun, it's Jackson. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
They'll run him again. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one.
Caught, and he's got room. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
On the run, deep down the right side. Leaping grab for a big gain. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. The Buckeyes are rolling down the field. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Swings it out to his running back. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Lined up in the gun on third down. Sayin got away from trouble and got rid of it. And that one's incomplete.
Really nice third down sub defense there at that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
And he had plenty of leg and kept it just straight enough to use that right upright to get it through. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Well, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Rides to the back. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
Well, he got you 2 on first down. He got you 2 on second. 2 won't get it done on third. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Throws to the wideout. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking for room, it's Rodgers. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, say it. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming up. One final quarter to play and a W in the win column at stake as we open the 4th. The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
They'll ride him again. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Drives inside. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind, but listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
The give on 4th down. He's not going to get there. The defense was sure tackling to stop him a few yards short.
And that's exactly where you want one of your best football players, right in the middle of your defense. And watch that dude hunt, man. 4th down, and he flies up, finds the football, makes the big play for this defense. He's the guy who they talk to in the headset, and he's the guy who just made the big play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically.
Snags it, and there's running room. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. Got the quick pass. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Offense getting set for first down. Defense in press coverage. Still looking to his right. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
We've seen this defensive end make a lot of plays. In the run game, he's setting the edge. He's forcing the football to go back inside, but he's not a one-trick pony. He can also get out of his stance, use his hands, and use his speed to beat offensive tackles and get to the QB.
Hits inside. It's Jackson. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Now here's Sayin. Throws for the tight end. Out wide left, it's Roberts. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Going to the run, it's Jackson. Got a little grass. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against our top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Sayin. Out wide right, it's Jackson. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And it's good, and we're tied in the 4th quarter.
And listen, if I have a playmaker at running back like that with that kind of speed, yeah, I'm going to throw the swing to him too. He drops back, surveys the field. He says, I know my guy can make a play, gets the ball in his hands right now in the swing. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
They'll ride the hot hand. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Eager to get the football back with as much time remaining as possible, the defense uses a timeout. 1:53 showing on the clock. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. It's Hoover. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Buckeye! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
It's the one thing the head coach challenges his team with, guys. Late in games in the 4th quarter, tie ball game. Who's going to step up and make the play? That guy did right there. Picking it off, taking it to the house.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
Indiana 17.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Fresh setter down's going to the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And after the pickup gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late. The Hoosiers, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Running inside, it's Richard. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Turning it on. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And 3rd and 1, you know they're running the football. It's just a matter of who's getting it and where they're going. But this offense, it really didn't matter. Nice job up front, nice execution. Picking up not only the one, making it an even bigger play and getting the first down.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Right side, it's Richard. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right
into the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown, and we might just have overtime on our hands. Big point after here, looking for the tie late. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they've got it locked up in the final minute after the touchdown and extra point. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Brought down after a short gain. Timeout is called and the clock is down to 8. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Throwing, say it. Looking to the big tight end. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And, man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But, golly, with the clock where it is, you have to get somewhere down the field to give yourself a chance, an opportunity to maybe be successful at the end of this football game.
Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably, maybe 1 possession each. Who's the better team?
And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. Left side, it's Jackson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
You just got to get this guy going in the offense. You got to hand it off to him. You got to throw it to him, too, on all different types of downs. I love it on first down here. Just getting him the ball in the passing game, let him make something happen and set up second and short.
Out wide right, it's Jackson. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Running to the left. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
They'd love to strike first with a touchdown. They'll try to keep the drive alive on third down. Saying from the gun on third down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes. But fourth and short. Now, decision time, baby.
Needed to stay alive, and it's good. They take the lead in the first possession of overtime, and now the defense will have to stand tall. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
And he stopped right there, no gain on the play.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Off play action. He'll pull it down and run. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. The run inside. It's Richard. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
He had the game in his hands if he could have held on to that pick. Instead, it's third down.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
They haven't gotten much done here. Third down, and they need to at least pick up a few to make the field goal attempt easier. Fires to the wideout. He got it in, and walk-off touchdown in overtime. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.